Hello world, WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. Now, I realized between this video and the last video, which I happened to finish a few minutes ago, that my pretty much the method that I thought I was doing for the what's-its-face, I think it's called the frame. Anyways, the method I was doing for the frame was incorrect in the fact that, well, yeah, it required something other than what I thought it required. So let's look at the recipe. Redstone conductive coil, it requires an electrum ingot, and I was attempting to use the one that required a gold ingot. Obviously, that is not correct, and I have pretty much just said, well, it doesn't really matter too much since they're pretty much the same cost anyways, but I think it is worth mentioning so you realize that I'm not a total nutbrain and just kind of, well, forgot about it. Okay, let's actually get out of this pit because I want to do some other stuff other than that. Okay, now, I got my tree farm fully operational. It's just going to have to get a few more saplings, which is easy enough to do. I can probably just go off randomly, willy-nilly, getting some saplings from, well, I think there's a forest over there. I could be wrong, but there's a forest over there. Now, what I think I'm going to do is charge up my drill and actually go out hunting some chickens because I want to get started with some Mystcraft ages and write some ages to go to different, well, ages. Because I might as well wait for everything else to build up. In fact, this thing over here, did that destroy anything? No, it didn't. Let's just say it didn't. It's finally gaining some extra seeds, which is a plus. Now, I do have a lot of extra wheat, which I'm going to have to find something to do with. Let's see what wheat can be used in any sort of recipe. Over here, other than making cows. Carpenter, fermenter, which will give 0.1 each. Not good. Not much, really. Plant ball can be used by making other things, and it's no reason to use a plant ball, really. I guess to make some fuel, but anyways, I think this thing is for some reason not depositing any sort of saplings out, so it should be, but I haven't seen any saplings whatsoever drop by into any of the inventory. Maybe it's planting them a little too quickly. I can probably give a surplus of saplings to it in the meantime, but anyways, I should make another sword and actually go hunting for chickens, because I am going to need a lot of chickens to actually make a livable age. Now, before we actually do any Mystcraft stuff, I think what would be a good idea will be to go to creative mode and actually search for that, what the heck are you? SC2 items? Oh, you're that. Okay, so I need to look for the, what the heck am I calling it? It's called the Mystcraft linking book thingy. Now, I do have to get it. Notebook, that's what it's called. And let me just spend a few minutes looking for it first. Obviously, there is a search function, and I can just get the notebook from creative mode, and then I'll be able to get out of NEI because I feel like a cheaty pants. Okay, so this notebook is required to make Mystcraft linking books at particular ages. Now, Mystcraft linking books, I need to actually get a descriptive book, which is going to take some work. I'm going to need some feathers. Eventually, I need to make a chicken farm, but I'm not sure what chickens breed with, so I'm going to have to figure out what to do in that case. Okay, so what was I looking for? Shelf? One moment. Here we go, the writing desk. That's what I needed. So for the writing desk, I'll need ink sacks and a feather, so that means I will need to go out and hunt some of those nasties anyways. 4 diamond is what I'm left with. Also, I have some glowstone. I can probably refine some of the stuff while I'm waiting, might as well, let's just dump our silver ore into our macerator. We might as well get some silver dust. And we can put this in away here. We got enough electrum for later. Eventually we'll make some more stuff with the electrum, but currently we don't have any other use for it. So, sword time. We're going to need to get this and any sort of wood that we happen to have. I wonder where we can actually find wood. Let's find out. Now, it does seem like it's actually running out of saplings, so I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's just a trick of the eye, or it's somehow getting jettisoned in some other fashion. The Arboretum doesn't actually jettison any items, so I'm not sure why I added another feedback loop to go up here, but I guess it made sense at the time. Shut up, I was tired. Okay, let's go over here and make a sword to start off with. Then we can put the other stuff as creosote oil. Sword. We'll throw a lot of you in for creosote oil so we can get more charcoal. And then we should go off into the merry blue yonder. It's a little blue. I'm not going to go for any blue stuff when I'm out. Oh, I still have chickens. I think I'll go for other chickens and possibly get a lot more saplings while I'm out here to refuel my supply of saplings. So it'll probably only take 5 minutes, and we got some squids. So 5 minutes, and I can probably get some clay while I'm out here. Okay, I had to restart my computer, just so you know, so you won't be surprised when you see a message of, oh my gosh, you needed to restart or something. I don't know. Anyways, found a lot of saplings. Hopefully we'll be able to determine if we have enough saplings or if this is actually giving away its saplings or some other contrived mess. We'll just see how that goes. If it does something weird, we'll know very soon. Anyways, got 3 feathers, so I think I'll need to kill 2 cows to get the other stuff, like enough to match the leather at least. Okay, so nighty night, gentlemen. And then we'll kill 2 cows and make some linking books. We do have enough sugarcane. Do we have any extra? Yes, we do. Okay, so 2 cows first. Any sort of leather? No? Wow. And apparently they're cannibals. Okay, now we got our 2 leather. Here we go. We are going to need to stock up on that eventually, but I think for now it is good. We also got 10 meat, so that's going to be more food for the fire. Okay, throw this in. I think that is the wrong expression way, though I could be mistaken. Okay, so first we're going to need to make the linking book table, which is a simple enough thing to craft. Writing desk, that's it. How's our magma stuff going? Okay, we still need a bit more before we can get that. Let's put this here and put our notepad that we have over here, notebook rather. Sorry if I offended anyone. Into here. Okay. Now the reason I'm doing this instead of searching for symbols is eventually if you have enough linking book ages, which you will have once you get to that megatropolis level or whatnot, whatever you want to call it, you'll have a lot of lag issues. Okay, so 7 saplings. That's how many I have right now. We'll see how it is later. If we lose saplings, we're going to have to move away from birch, even though it's my favorite type of wood. Get a hold of yourself, Way. Okay, so we're going to need to make a few books. I think 4 books. Let's go with 6 books. So we're going to need to get 6 pieces of paper, or 6 sets of paper. And unfortunately, we're going to need to combine them with this and leather. I wish we didn't have to. And make books. Now, the very first thing we should always make before linking anywhere is a Mystcraft linking book. This will link me and tether this book to the overworld. So whenever I need to get back here, I can actually, well, get back here which is always useful. Right-clicking it will just show the interface. Obviously, I cannot link to the dimension that I am currently in because that'd be just cheating. Eventually, I can make something that will be able to allow me to do that, but I do not have the resources to do so. Now, speaking about resources, we're going to need a bit more peat in here because it kind of stalled a bit. Okay, we're almost at that area. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is make one descriptive book. This is an empty book which will become a new age once we actually do stuff in it. Now, I'm going to try to make an age where I want to live in, but I'm not too sure whether I'll be able to get that on the first try. If I don't make it stable enough, things called instability will occur and I won't be able to actually live there because I'll be running for my life due to all the bad stuff. Okay, now I gotta figure out which biome I'm going to want to go in. Now this is going to be in a living area, so I don't necessarily want anything that will be too bad. Oh crud, I accidentally added Ice Wasteland. Well, that's going to be very fun to build in. Should I do that? No, there's no way to cross it out either. I guess I can make this as my non-living in book, like make this into some sort of thing where I'm harvesting all of it. So, Ice Wasteland, and we can put something else. Extreme Hills. We'll make this checkerboard pattern and we'll have this as our mining age. So checkerboard is a biome modifier where it only requires, well, it has to have only 2 types of biomes, so we solved that issue. Now we'll have this mining age as a bright one. And for sky, I want to make it look a little ethereal. So we'll have a bit of a blue fog, actually blue clouds, and darken it a bit with a black sunset and black fog. Good. We'll add a white sky to contrast it a bit, and I think that's all we're going to need. Okay, now terrain features. We have a bunch of things that we're probably not going to want. We don't want caves. We'll probably want crystals. Dungeons, a no. Glowstone, sure. We don't want huge trees, nor lakes or lava lakes. Mine shafts, no. Starfisher might be interesting, but we shouldn't go for that. Now, terrain, void, we'll want it to be a flat area. Eternal day. Weather, we'll have it no weather. Is there anything else? And for a world modifier, Skylands, meteors, no. Dinosaurs, no. Charge, accelerated, none of those. Okay, so hopefully this is going to be a good book. So this is our second age, age 2. Technically we're in age number 1 currently. So hopefully this will be a good mining age. And cap blocks is making me yell. Maybe I had it on for all of my episodes. Okay, so this is our mining age linking book. We'll want to have this actually on some sort of book stand, because currently it's just a little stupid. So let's see, stand. Can we actually make a stand? Yes, we can. A book stand is pretty easy to make, just some planks and some sticks. So here we go, let's make 2 just in case. So here we go. So first off, linking book stand, we'll go into our first age, our mining age, just in case something's... No point, because if I die, I'm dead. Okay. Off we go. Okay. We're falling. There we are. Ooh. It looks like this is stable. Though I might have to check it later. Now, it does seem that... Oh, we're at sky level? Ah, we're at y equals 128. That kind of just sucks. Being at y equals 128, the reason we would not want to do that is for a mining age. Let's actually place this down so we can actually get back at some reasonable time. The reason we wouldn't want to do that is because for a mining age, all the good stuff is at like level 60 and lower. But at least it opens up the possibility of going out and getting crystals and glowstone. Now this is quite a nice looking sky though. It's kind of misty. I wonder where that came from. Anyways, I think harvesting a few crystals will be in my best interest so that we can make some more fancy portals when we finally have the capacity to do so. Currently, can't really do anything. So another thing we're going to want to do is make a waypoint in this area just in case we find, just in case we get lost while we're doing this. So, home waypoint. Oh, that was a little scary. Okay, I'll mine a bit more crystal, and then I'll try a next stage. This does look stable, so unless some form of instability occurs, I think we can keep this just in case I want to go down digging through a bunch of rock to get to even one single piece of iron. Well, I'm guessing the good thing about all this is the fact that I could actually get some more leather and raw beef without having to go out and kill my cow supply. So we can go into this age to get more cows, and that will be worthwhile. But other than that, there's not too much point currently in that age. So I'll keep it as is, but we'll have to find something a little more worthwhile later. Now, speaking of which, we're going to need to make another linking book. I think I'm going to make this one by myself, and then if it's successful, I'll show you it. Hopefully it's successful. If it isn't, it'll be a general pain in the ass. But to start with, obviously, I'm going to need to make another linking book just in case I screw up. It'll be fun. Okay, I just finished this book. Hopefully we're going to get something interesting. I got a meadow symbol. And I think I have this stabilized enough, so let's see what happens when we finally load and get stuff rolling. That is a lot of grass. Whew. Ooh, and we got our starfisher. That's something I added. Woohoo. So when I go in this, I'll be able to return in, and this is a nice lush. I gotta say, this is a lush green. So I think this is one way to solve my seed problem when I actually get them. And we have some villages. I don't know if I actually added villages, so we might get a tad of instability. Hopefully not. If we do, it could be a problem. Though we do have some apiarist villages, and obviously they have proven frames. So when we manage to get some... Ooh, we can get an apiary with 24 oak. That's it. That's all. Though we can get 4 bread with 1 emerald. 4 entire pieces of bread. And this stuff is... You guys are starting to creep me out. And we got another apiarist one. Or is it the same one? That's always hard to tell. Now, I don't have any emeralds whatsoever. Sorry, did you say you wanted 3? Yeah, walk away. He wanted an emerald to give 3 redstone. So these guys are just trying to rip me off. I need emeralds. I don't want your crap. Give me a way to make emeralds. Okay, so once I clear a general area, I should be able to actually make some sort of base here, because this looks like some sort of area where I'll want to make a base. Now I do have my overworld returning linking book, but I don't have any sort of way to just don't have a linking book stand, so I'm going to need to make a linking book stand so I can easily get back there. So linking book stand. Here we go. Let's place that there. Pick that up. It's shift. And place this. And then we should be good. Now we're going to want to go probably back to get our jetpack, or actually fuel our jetpack, because we don't have anything in our jetpack whatsoever. Where is that darn thing? There we go. 30,000 EU. So while that's going, I wonder how this is. We got enough energy to finally actually activate this, so we can actually activate it. Now, I don't think anything is currently chunk loaded, so I'm actually surprised we managed to get anything from that. So let's get a Stirling engine and a little bit of energy. And of course, you have to naturally point the wrong way. Where is my wrench? My wrench, my wrench, my wrench. Wrench? Wrench. It's in my inventory, isn't it? Yep, it is. Okay. Carry on, carry on. Okay, and I just turned it around. There we go. Okay, we got enough to fill this energy storage module, so all we're going to need to do is activate this engine by placing a lever and putting in 1 bit of charcoal. And that should fill up our energy storage frame by filling it up with all of this nice glorious redstone that is being made, and etc. Okay, so that took a while to actually restart, so I'm guessing, oh no, I'm not even gonna bother guessing. Okay, let's wait, and there we go. It got consumed. It's going to put all of the redstone into it that it can. It's using about 1 megajoule per tick. I just want to see this. This is amazing. And, okay, come on, come on. You're making me wait. And presto, we got a redstone energy cell. Currently, it doesn't have anything whatsoever in it. If we look, it can store 500,000 EU. Not EU, megajoules. Let's go with megajoules, okay? Now, we do have some energy conduits that we also need to fill. So when we put them in, we're going to get some energy conduits for the amount of redstone that we have. Now, it looks like we're going to need to wait for the remaining of that, but that's not too much to wait for. Now, for energy conduits, we are going to need to reclaim these engines so that we can actually start filling this up, because it'll be the most efficient way to make everything. Now, if we look at this, it seems like it's actually not filling it up with the required saplings. So it means that each tree is either not giving enough saplings, or it's not actually recovering the saplings. And, well, either case, it's not a good thing. So we're going to have to figure out some way to get that rectified, or we can just not use birch and have to be forced to use all of the other stuff like oak. Eventually we're going to reset our stuff when we clear up our area down in the blasted area. Oh my goodness, I can't even speak. Let's sort our inventory and spend a bit of time in our world. We can make use of some of our birch and make a temporary house, at least a blueprint, and get everything in working order. Let's just throw this in and then link back. We can make another linking book once we get a nice discernible area. Okay, up we go. Now this is of course assuming that there's no instability. If there is instability, we're going to have a hard time at it, because I do not like living in a world with instability. Kind of makes me wonder why I'm in this world, but anyways, let's not go into depressed mode. This seems like a good place to start. I'm gonna at least look around a bit more than just checking a general area. I want to have a nice flat area to work with, and judging by all the stuff that's appearing on our mini-map, you have a nice flat area over there. We're going to need to clear it with a bit of water, but we'll get some seeds while we're at it. Away! And by the way, clipping off on the way part of that was completely unintentional. I apologize. Now it does look like we do have a few free-range chickens at our disposal, so that just means that we're going to have a nice supply of feathers to make more linking books and make an adequate linking mining age rather. Now we do have a lot of seeds, so that's going to be a bonus, and we actually have some oil wells as well as some forestry bees. So this seems like a very good age to set up shop. Now I'm not sure what type of building style I'm gonna go for. Obviously I'm gonna have to go for the I'm gonna build right around here sort of method. But I'm going to try to add as much architecture to the bloody thing as I possibly can. So wood will be heavily used, but stone is also going to be one of my favorite things to make use of. So I want to make a main area in which we want to link into. Like something a little fancy to pretty much say, welcome to my domain, have a nice stay, do not mug the villagers. I want to see something. Okay, video settings, let's put it in fancy. Those clouds. Those clouds. I gotta show you those symbols sometime. Anyways, so we want to have something nice and fancy. So maybe a nice welcome pad will be one thing. Not opening up on any sort of crystal because that would be just mean. Okay, over here, and we're good. So, nice like this, and there. So we're going to want to change this to stone eventually, some stuff, like all of this grass. I know it's nice and green, but it's almost too vivid of a green, so eventually we'll probably make something better than that, but having it nice and 5, so putting it 5 like this, we might have a different type, maybe oak later. We can use birch and oak. But I'm not used to building with wood because I get too many splinters, honestly. Pause for laughter. So maybe make a ring with this. But we are going to need some more material than what I have with me. So we're going to actually, probably since there are no monsters around, what I think the best thing is actually get some sort of game plan in the sense of actually going out and finding nice little area in which we can actually start building. Nice to be out of the desert, actually, for a change. So the welcome area doesn't really need to be too big. It just needs to be like yay big with an archway going around like that. Don't think any sort of nexus in between the ages will be strictly necessary. And why the hell did I do that? I am not even thinking. Shut up. Okay. Here we go. And there's that. Now we do have that, but we do have a welcome area. And I'm thinking we'll do it something similar to my Season 2 world. And the fact that we'll have different energy areas for the different mods. Now we are going to need some sort of nexus area in the fact that we need the portal to be in a nice centralized location. I'm going to need some more of these crystals later, it does seem, because I am definitely running out, and I am definitely going to need more, funnily enough. Maybe not funny, but anyways, you get my point. Okay, so let's make a crystal here. We're going to need to bring it to the overworld. We're going to actually need to bring an overworld book here, but a nice temporary thing like so won't go amiss. Crafting table, we might want an automatic crafting, a pocket crafting table of some description later, but this should suffice. Oops. Crystal, here. A little tacky, but we can change that. Okay, so we'll pretty much make a book that goes here and faces this direction because that will be our welcoming area. Whereas we'll have another book going to this, basically going through and we'll, yeah, pretty much like entering into a new area. So I'm going to need to go back to my other place, maybe make another portal. Okay, here, sorry about the crash, I think this book you might want to see. Let's check Overworld. Here's Times Domain. We'll put that there. That's my other Lincoln book. This is my descriptive book. Pretty simple. It's just meadows with a single biome, bright, and some interesting symbols here to give a nice ethereal atmosphere. Starfisher, standard terrain, no weather, villages. So it's a good thing I did add villages. Well, it added villages and blue sky. So I'm not sure if that did add instability. I'm hoping it did not. If it did, that's going to be a bit of a pickle. Well, it's going to be an annoyance, let's just say. It's going to be really annoying if all of a sudden my world just starts decaying around me. You know, fun stuff like that doesn't really deserve to happen. So let's actually move this so that we have it in a different location so it's not as easily accessible. We don't want that to happen. Who wants accessible things? Not me. Not me. No, sir. Okay. Obviously, it cannot go there for some reason. So let's bring this down here. So we'll place it down there. And it does not like being there. Go. Awaken. Hocus pocus. No. It does not like being told what to do. Okay, so obviously that is not how we are to do this. We're going to have to make the old-fashioned ugly way, but eventually we'll have this hidden anyways, so let's go with what color should we have as the overworld? That seems good. So it'll be simple, we'll just walk through this, and then we'll go to the overworld very easily. Then we'll just go to this book right here, then we'll hop back and we'll be pretty much set. Now I'm thinking we don't really have much time anymore, so what I'm thinking of doing is stopping here, but we should start making a big Buildcraft energy production room, so getting this charged up at least so that we'll be able to make some more forestry energy stuff things, and maybe actually make some more redstone energy cells so we can have things progressing at a much faster rate. Also, if I can get enough chickens, they might not see me, I'll be able to actually make some other stuff such as a mining age, but seeing as that will require a quarry, I will need to get some more resources before I can get to that point. Diamond gears are going to be a nuisance. However, I can go and get some oil that we have in over there and make a refinery. The refinery will be a lot more useful in the fact that I can get some of the oil all around, and it only requires 4 diamonds, mind you, so that's a plus. And then we'll be able to refine some of our energy much more readily. We can probably use Mystcraft linking books, but we're going to need chunk loaders, so we will need to go find Endermen to get their pearls. Don't tell them I said that. We'll need to get their pearls so that we can make some chunk loader blocks. But another thing, which I think I'll leave for next episode, is getting the rock cutter tool, which has silk touch. And once I have that, which is pretty simple to make, 3 of our diamonds and 2 steel, we'll be able to get some more diamonds, and I'll probably explain that next episode. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.